Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the stream. Second stream for today. Just got back from power outage. So that Wild Wild West stream we were watching before, guys, I didn't get to finish that properly because the power just went off unexpectedly. Something happened over there. But yeah, I'm back now and I'm streaming yet another Ratalaika games. New release game, guys. This one's called The Flower Shop Summer in Fairbrook. It's a visual novel. Brought to me today by the amazing people at Ratalaika Games. I'll just post their link in my chat window for everyone who just interested wants to know. There we go. Today, guys, I'm streaming on the PS5 using the Cosmic Pink controller and the PS5 3D Pulse headset for those who just want to know. Okay, let me tell you about this game real quick, guys. Real quick. Flower Shop Summer in Fairbrook. Struggling student Steve is shipped off by his dad to his uncle's farm for the summer so he can learn responsibility. Take control of Steve as he spends the summer in Fairbrook, working on the farm, making new friends, and maintaining old relationships. You can raise and sell your own crops, spend time with local girls, and schedule activities for your week in advance. The game features 9 different endings that change based on your decisions throughout the game. Will Steve become a good, responsible farmer, find love, or both? The release date, guys, it's just been released. So it got released this Friday, just gone. It got released on Good Friday, Easter Good Friday. I'm playing it today on Tuesday because of the Easter break, guys. I had a bit of a break. It's a one-player game. The Genie's Adventure, Simulation, and Visual Novel. The publisher, once again, it's Ratalaika Games. The supported language in this one is English. It's available for Nintendo Switch, the PS4, the PS5, which I said I'm playing on, the Xbox One, Xbox Series S, and wait for it, the Xbox Series X, guys. Sorry guys, I had a Tic Tac, and I think one got stuck in my throat. I had like 6 of them in my mouth at once. So guys, if you're watching this live right now, hey Cowboy, welcome back to the stream, buddy. Welcome. If you're watching this live right now, guys, on my Twitch channel, please feel free to hit the heart icon for a follow. And if you're watching this as a replay back on my YouTube channel, like somewhere, guys, and subscribe somewhere. I really do appreciate it. Thank you in advance. Let's, what we're going to do is lower the volume of this game somehow because it's loud. What about there? Okay. Hey Jericho, welcome back to the stream too, buddy. Sorry about before. It's a bit with the power was out for a good probably 2 hours, guys. So I was the whole day just got completely stuffed. Well, let's start this one right up now. Let's clean the throat. Let's adjust. What we're gonna do is we're quickly gonna let's not do that. We're gonna adjust the camera because the camera is in the wrong area for this game. Move camera. And we'll move up to the top. And here we are at the top, guys. We're right in the top right-hand corner. I dash down the flight of stairs and out the door, skidding to a halt to my girlfriend, Jill. This is Steve speaking. I'm free. The last final of the year is officially over. I raise my arms with a wide grin, celebrating my newfound liberty. She raises her eyebrows in an outburst before signing and walking down the cement path that cuts a line through our campus. She's not a bad looker. Okay, Jill says, and what if you didn't pass? Oh, come on, don't ruin the fun with all your ifs. Face it, Steve. I'm going to put a girl voice on now, guys. Face it, Steve. Your grades aren't exactly spectacular. Hey, give me a break. All the physics stuff goes right over my head. I jog through Sue's steps to catch up with her before following a slow rhythm behind her side. You know, if you showed up at class once in a while, maybe you wouldn't be so difficult. Hey, that's what I got you for, isn't it? Your notes are better than some boring old lecture anyway. You can't keep copying off my notes forever. Well, burn that bridge when it comes to it. I laugh out loud with my own joke, but she doesn't seem impressed. That isn't a joke, Steve. You know so much, you have so much potential, but it's what you're still throwing it in a way. Potential, huh? Potential, huh? I think Pops would disagree with you on that one. Jill signs again. She's been doing that a lot lately. Your father just wants you to, for your, what's, when we're stuffing this one up. Your father just wants what's best for you. Okay, so we're got a bit of a choice now, guys. We can drop the issue, explain what he really likes. I'm gonna explain what I really like, and that's boobs. Nah, it's not that type of game, guys. The cowboy says, I was playing Conception 2 Plus last night. Oh, I bet you were, cowboy. You with no pants on. That's what you were playing with. No pants, cowboy. Are you kidding? He has no idea what's best for me. All he's interested in is looking good and making sure his son doesn't embarrass him. Okay, so the relationship status with Jill just went down the toilet. Why do you always think the worst of people? Why do you always think why do you always think that I think the worst of people? I throw my hands up in frustration. I've been spending my whole life trying to please that man, and no matter what I do, I'm never good enough. No matter what you do, it seems like you haven't been trying at all. What makes you think I'm not trying? She rolls her eyes. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the fact that you never show up to class and you never turn in homework? Fine, just screw it! I don't want to talk about it anymore. We walk together for a few months in sullen silence. It's only a couple of seconds, but it feels like an eternity. She finally lets out another long sigh before speaking. Fine, I'm sorry. Huh? I figured I'd be the mature one and apologize first. Oh, she's stuck up, isn't she? Is she baiting me? I bite my lip and hold back the snide and comment. I'm sorry too. I glance around trying to think of the way to change the subject. So, you got any plans for summer? As a matter of fact, I do. I'll be interning at the Antonia General's offices. Sounds important. I think it's a good stepping stone towards getting more involved in politics. I keep thinking she's got her little headbands. I keep thinking they're like ears. I don't know. Every time I see her, I glance up after reading it. I just think she's got like elf ears. Politics? I thought you wanted to be a doctor or something. I thought about it, but I think I could do more people if I get into government. Okay, so ask if she wants to become president. Suggest that being a doctor is better. Say, good for you. I'm gonna be good. You're gonna get some brownie points in her book of love. Good for you. I'm happy you made your decision. What about you? What about me? I got a rusty voice. Sorry, guys. Let's throw that in. Have you decided what you want to concentrate on? Probably something like bumming around. She frowns at me, clearly displeased. Okay, the relationship with Jill is just, it's no good. Grow up. Sure, someday I will. Jill stops walking for a moment and looks around with a smile. Oh wow. What's up? Doesn't this place bring back memories? Our walk through campus has taken us away from the cold seascape to some to some small park tucked away in the high buildings. It's hard to believe that a place like this exists in the city. It's also the place where we first met. Yeah, I remember. I'm giving it a real rusky voice, like a manly voice to him. I was running late for class and you were here trying to find a quiet place to study. She smiles wistfully, looking at the tall trees' brilliantly colored leaves. When I tripped over you, I thought I had captured by an angel. I thought I had been attacked by her friend. I laugh a bit and give her a peck on the cheek. Let's place her in the shade of this tree. Even now it feels so romantic. Doesn't it? I wrap my arms around Jill, holding her close to her embrace. As I do, I notice two of my classmates, Chelsea and Vanessa, in the distance. The two of them are jogging together throughout the park. Jill pushes me away and looks me in the eye. What are you looking at? Huh? What? Nothing. Really? Yeah! I try to smile while looking out of her shoulder, then start to take another lap around the park. This time, they're a little slower. Sorry guys, I just got an itchy ear. Don't you hate when you got an itchy ear? Come to think of it, I always see them together. I wonder if they, you know. Steve! I brought back to reality of a stinging slap on the face. What? I know you're looking at those girls. What happened to me being your angel after all? Listen, babe, you are my angel. I grab Jules by the shoulders and she pulls away. I'm sorry, babe. Really, I am. Chelsea and Vanessa are jogging back in the direction of the campus now. I glance over furtively, trying to catch a view of them. Jill doesn't miss a thing. What's wrong with you? What are you talking about? You can't even apologize to me properly? Sorry, that was supposed to be a girl's voice. I was just... Well, you know what? If that's what you want, then you have to get me out without me. The cowboy says, sorry, babe. It's over, Steve. What? I'm tired. I'm tired of how lazy you are. How you don't even have the motivation to succeed. Man, Jill's just... I've gone just downhill with Jill, and now she's just slamming the door in my face. I'm tired of how you always look at other women like I'm not enough. I'm tired of how you don't even support me and my ambitions. And I'm tired of always arguing with you. You're never going to shape up. You don't even want to. So I think it's just best for us if we go our separate ways. Okay, relationships. Yeah, it's in the toilet. It's been flushed. It's dead. Wait, give me a second chance. She turns away from me and walks in the path to the campus. I did give you a second chance and a third and a fourth. I'm sorry, Steve. You're out of chances. I look around the park desperately, not even sure what I'm looking for. The bright colours of the trees suddenly look a little bit duller. What? I punched a tree in anger. Ugh! The tree where we first met. The tree doesn't even budge, but the bark scrapes against my fingers. What the hell? My knuckles are bleeding, but I don't even care anymore. I really don't care about anything right now. I make it back to my place, but I don't actually remember any of the walk home. Sorry guys, that's those Tic Tacs that I had. I swear one's got stuck in my throat. I have a problem with things getting stuck in my throat. I tend to put like 6 Tic Tacs. Like 6 is not many Tic Tacs, seriously. My mind feels a little bit numb. I mean, I know we argue once in a while, but what couple doesn't? I throw myself down a chair and stare at the ceiling mindlessly. Maybe she's right. I really don't have much motivation to do anything these days, but there's nothing but really interests me. I can't help it if I don't want to be a famous doctor or something. What's wrong with just having fun? She's way too uptight about things. But still, if something's important to her, I should probably care too, huh? Blah, I don't know. Maybe I should try to patch things up with her as soon as possible. Then again, she's probably still angry. It might be better to let it settle down first. What do you reckon? We should call her now or wait a few days? I'm going to call her now. The sooner the better. I pull out my cell phone and hit the number on speed dial. The phone rings a couple times, but she doesn't pick up. I guess I should have known that she wouldn't want to talk to me. Her voicemail message clicks and I hear a cheery voice asking me to leave a message. I might as well. Hey Jill. It's me, Steve. But you probably knew that. I mean, since you know my voice and all, the cowboy says, wait. What's up, cowboy? Wait. And my name is on your missed call list, unless you remove me from your address book, or blocked me. But you didn't block me because I'm leaving a message. Yeah. What am I doing? Get it together, man. What I mean to say is, well, I know you probably don't want to see me ever again, and that's okay. Well, I mean, it's not okay, but... what I'm trying to say is I hope we can at least see each other again. You know, like, as friends and stuff. The phone beeps at me, indicating that I've hit the time limit for a recorded message. I hang out without bothering to see if it sounded any good. I know it didn't, but I'm pretty sure I can't do any better. Did I just ask if we could be friends? I'm such an idiot. It's been a week since Jill broke up with me. I didn't intend to spend summer vacation with her, so I really don't know what to do right now. The last week, I've mostly been laying around the house doing nothing. I had planned on today being another lie around the and do nothing day. Unfortunately. Okay, so his father. Stephen! I hear my father's voice coming from the entryway, but I don't bother to look around at him. He's a smick-up dressed man. Stephen! I'm speaking to you! Yes, you are. I roll over my back and stare at the ceiling. Could you make it quick? As you see, I'm kind of busy here. This arrived in the mail today. My dad drops an envelope on my stomach. I don't bother to sit up. I rip the side open occasionally, even though the top has already been neatly shredded with the letter opener. I pull out the sheet of paper inside and fold it. Oh hey, look at that! My grades! You received low marks every class! No soup for you! Seinfeld soup Nazi. I just throw that in. Fancy that. A quick scan of the pages shows D grades across the board. Would you care to explain? Explain what? You have D's in every single class. I will not allow my son to continue with this pattern of failure. I roll over to my side and I don't even have a look at him. First off, old man, D ain't failing, F is failing, D is diploma. And secondly, I'm right here. Instead of saying my son, you don't use my name or something. Or should I start calling you my pop? I can see he's seething to him, but I really don't care. Stephen! See now, that ain't too bad, is it? Stephen, I'm sick and tired of your irresponsible attitude. Yeah. Save the lecture. I already got it from my own ex. Jill broke up with you? Sure did. Feel free to rub it in. She was the only wise decision you ever made. I would hope she would change you. I roll over and look at him in the eye. Well, that's just too bad now, isn't it? I smirk at him. It looks like nothing can change me. I wouldn't be sure about that. Huh? Isn't it his turn to smirk at me? I've made arrangements for you this summer. What are you talking about? Do you remember your Uncle Sam? You mean the old guy with the cat obsession? Yeah, sure. Isn't the hermit or something? A farmer. And you'll be spending the rest of the summer with him on his farm. What? You need to learn discipline, Stephen. It'll be good for you. You're just trying to get rid of me. I'm trying to teach you that the world is a lot bigger than just you. Now go pack your things. You have 1 hour. I don't want to. Let's put this away. In 1 hour, you'll be going to the north to stay with your uncle's farm in the full of summer. Whether or not you bring a change of underwear with you is your decision. I grab the suitcase and begin to toss random articles of clothing. I briefly contemplate running away, but I don't even know where to go. Fine. If he wants to get rid of me, I don't care anymore. I'd rather be on the Ponduck, a little town, than stuck in the summer with him anyway. I grab my cell phone, wonder if I even get a reception out there. Jill still hasn't called back. Impulsively, I hit the speed dial button. The phone rings once, twice. Hello? She sounds uncertain, but at least she doesn't sound angry. Jill, did you get my message? Yes, I'm actually impressed that you acted so quickly. Well, sorry. You're the one who's always said that I need to take inactive. Okay. Oh, relationship's growing. Relationship's growing, guys. Yes, cowboy. This is a new one. This one. Sorry. Let's see if the category is. Yes, the category is saved. It's called the Flower Shop. Summer in Fairbrook. Brought to me by the amazing people at Ratalaika Games. RatalikaGames.com, guys. It's a visual novel, as you can tell. Just been released on Good Friday. So it's available for now for all your console needs. Go out and buy it now, guys. Buy it now. You remember. Of course. Why are you calling me? My pops wants me to ship off to the farm upstate. I don't know what to do to talk to you again. What? I know, you're still mad at me, and you have every right. Just, it's okay if I can call you. I don't know if I'll be able to survive the summer without you. Silence at the moment, guys. Finally, she lets out a long sigh. She loves these sighs. Fine, you can call, but that doesn't mean anything, okay? Thanks. Sorry, guys. Steve? Yeah? She pauses for a moment as she's trying to select her words carefully. Do your best. Do my best? What does that mean? Right. I hear heavy footsteps coming down the hallway. Sorry, Jill, it looks like my time's up. The atmosphere of the car is icy at best. The AC is at full blast to combat the California sun, but that's not a cause of the chilly silence. Worried that I might try something funny, my father has insisted on personal delivering me to my uncle's farm. It's been a while since we were there close to each other. Weird, considering we live in the same house. I glaze at the window, boredly flicking at the lock on my door. Stop that! Why? He glances at the road, but he doesn't respond. I let out a long sigh. This whole game is full of sighs. I let out a long sigh and turn my head towards him. Hey, Ratalaika man, welcome to the stream. Welcome. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Sigh. Oh, you got me there. The cowboy says just about 10 minutes or so. What do you mean by... Sorry, cowboy, I've lost you, mate. I've lost you. How was your Easter, Ratalaika man? I hope it was good. And welcome to the stream of the Flower Shop by, as you know, Ratalaika Games. So, okay, so let's make decisions. Okay, guys, you guys can make the decision. There's 4 decisions. The cowboy says just about 10 minutes into the story. Probably about, yeah, 15. So what do you want to do? Does Uncle Sam still live alone? Where is the farm anyway? What does he grow on his farm? And stop talking. Ratalaika, I was talking about emotional investment, but thanks anyway. You're welcome, buddy. So what do you want me to choose, guys? Which out of the 4? First in gets it. Come on. You guys got to choose something. Can't make me do it all. Once again, it's does Uncle Sam live alone? Where is this farm anyway? What does he grow on his farm? What does he grow? And the last but not least, stop talking. What one should I choose? Okay, so Ratalaika Man's got in. He says he wants to know if he grows sweet leaf on his farm. So that will be this one here. So what exactly is growing on his farm anyway? Sure, it would be nice if he owned a vineyard. Maybe I'll get to try some wine. It depends on the time of the year, but I know he grows carrots, cabbage, and peppers at least. Darn, just a bunch of vegetables. What a burst. Okay, so it's coming back to this one again. So we'll ask if he still lives alone. Does Uncle Sam still live alone? More like, are you any cute girls on the farm? Why do you want to know? I just do. He used to have farm hands who lived on the farm with him. But lately, things have been really hard on him. I don't think he can afford help anymore. I see. Okay, so we've done those 2. We've got a new one here. Let's read this one. How have things been hard on him? Over the past few years, mega farms with advanced technology have been providing cheaper produce. He still uses some traditional farming techniques, but he really can't keep up with demand. Let's just stop talking. Sigh. I don't feel like talking anymore. I stare out the window, watching the spaces between the tall buildings grow larger and larger. Hours pass, but it seems like a faint blur. I think I was asleep for most of it. I don't think I could even handle being conscious in the same car with my father for that long anyway. Look at the window, I see the expanse of orchids expanding in all directions. Hours ago, we were zipping along the 7-lane freeway. Now, the car rumbles slowly along a packed dirt road. Around the bend, a large but quaint house comes into view. The car slows to a stop. Here we are. This is it. Haha, there's Uncle. There, look at him. He's got a cat on his back. The cat man. The front door of the house opens and an elderly man, the cap draped over his shoulders, ambles out. He approaches the side of the car. My father rolls down the window. A blast of warm air rushes into the car. Sam! Michael. Well, here he is. I unbuckle my seatbelt slowly and roll out the car with a groan. I stretch my arms to the sky and sigh once again. It feels good to move after sitting still for so long. I open the back door and drag my outstuffed luggage from the back seat. How are you doing these days, Sam? No better, no worse than we last spoke on the phone. There's a phone here? Oh, I'll be able to call Jill after all. Ratalaika Man says drinking game on. I wish we were having a drinking game right now. Don't interrupt. Yeah. So, where's my room anyway? It's on the top floor, first door on the left. Great. As long as I drag my suitcase along the dirt path to the house, I can hear my father and uncle chatting. Thanks for the assist, Michael. I don't know how I'll be able to make it this summer without a farmhand. No problem. Be sure to work him hard. Wait, farmhand? I drop my luggage and race back towards the car. Wait a minute. You never said I was going to do any work here. My father eyes with a bit of distance before turning his key on the ignition. Turning. And that word coming to. Have a good summer, Stephen. He rolls his window up and drives away. What is this? My uncle turns to me, looking less than pleased with the outburst. Stephen, Steve, my name is Steve. My name is Michael. Mikey. So that's why Michael was so eager to send you here. What are you talking about? That brother of mine has raised a ninny on his own image. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm not like him. I'm not anything like that man. How dare you say that? Okay, so relationship status with everyone is just down the hill with me. You're more like him than you know, Steve. Now I would suggest you go to sleep. You have a long day ahead of you tomorrow. Oh, pardon me, guys. Sorry. If you think I'm going to be a farm lackey, you're wrong. If you say so. The cat wrapped around my uncle's shoulders unwinds itself, leaping gracefully to the ground. It prances past me and sniffs my suitcase, nose twitching curiously. What do you want? Office is just getting to know you. The cat meows at me and disappears into the bushes. You should be kind to her. She can be pretty vicious if you're not careful. Sure, cat really ain't my thing anyway. And what on earth would that mean of a girl of office anyway? I turn and drag my suitcase unconvincingly up the steps and house up to the second floor. I drop the suitcase on the ground and flop on the bed. Ow. The mattress isn't nearly as soft as I imagined it would be. Sorry guys, just got a text. There we go. Sort that one out. It feels more like a rock wrapped in a bedsheet. It smells weird too. I roll over and stare at the ceiling. The rough wooden beams are nothing like the speckled plaster of the ceilings back home. The place is going to take some getting used to. Where am I? I open my eyes, look around the room slowly, taking in the surroundings. The mattress under me feels pretty lumpy, and the scent of the room is like an old wood mixed with, I don't even know. Oh yeah, that's right, Pop sent me out here to spend the summer being Uncle's farmhand. Like that's ever gonna happen. I roll over trying to get comfortable before I can drift off to sleep. I hear the heavy sound of footsteps on the staircase. Time to wake up, Steve! Oh, what? What time is it? It's already past 6 o'clock. It's time to start the day. You gotta be kidding me. Even my earliest class started at 8:30. Yeah, maybe some other time. Uncle strides over the curtains and throws them wide open. The bright sunlight pours into the tiny bedroom. Ah! I pull the thin bedsheets over my head in a feeble attempt to escape the piercing light. If you don't want to wake up, then you can't have breakfast. My stomach gurgles quietly as it reminds me that I haven't eaten anything since yesterday afternoon. Okay, you win, I'm coming. What's for breakfast anyway? I was planning on frying some eggs, maybe some fresh bacon. Bacon now I can get behind. Why didn't you tell me earlier? I bowed at the bed and stretched, my back incredibly sore. So, when do we eat? As soon as you're outside and spilt this firewood. What? No firewood, no fire, no cooking. Now get to it. Get to it? There's an axe in the shed. Don't forget to return it once you're done. He turns and walks down the stairs. Each step makes a heavy thud of the wooden steps. You can't even do this to me. This is extortion. Uncle's voice echoes up the stairwell. It's called earning your keep. Whatever. I briefly contemplate just going back to bed, but another rumble in my stomach reminds me that I have plenty of incentive to get moving. Why do I have to do any of this? I've been slowly chipping away along for this seems like an eternity. The axe head is wigged deep in the wood, and no matter how many times I pour against the ground, nothing happens. Oh! This always looked as easy on TV, but as I ride now this disfigured lump of wood stuck in the axe. I toss the axe on the ground in disgust. I'm done with this. I march into the house. Hey, Uncle, I'm done. I punch the door to the kitchen, and wince in the door connects with my scabs from punching the tree yesterday. The door swings open widely and greeted by the heavy aroma of bacon frying. What the? Uncle looks up at me and can see the heated smile playing around his lips. The Great Dane! Welcome to the stream, Danny baby! Yassi's back. Spend a little Lucy after this. How you doing, buddy? Welcome. Giving up already? Yeah, but what? I glance around the kitchen. It looks like breakfast is almost ready. I thought you needed me to chop some wood to make breakfast. Cheers, fella. Cowboy says, ha, power went out. Likely story. Disappointed, Cowboy. Disappointed. Don't be silly. I use gas stove, like most people around here. Just because you're a farm doesn't mean you can descend in the Stone Age. I don't have a generator, you nutcases. So all this was for nothing, huh? It wasn't for nothing. It builds character. Do you remember to put the axe away? With a rumble, I turn around and shuffle outside. Ah! I kick in the dirt and grab the axe, swinging it wildly around and attempt to shake off some log image on his head. The cowboy says, I don't believe anyone at the moment, if I'm being honest. Well, you should. You were watching my stream when the power went out. It pissed me off. The log flies off and lands with a thud in the dirt nearby. I drag the axe to the shed and toss it unceremonially into the pile of tools. They clatter and fall to the ground, but I don't care. There, I put it away. Do I get to eat now? Uncle puts down a plate loaded with scrambled eggs and freshly fried bacon on the table. Gee whiz, I'm being hungry right now, guys. You don't think I'd make my own nephew starve, do you? Yeah, well, no. I sit down at the table and dig in. The food is actually really good, but I don't want to let him know that. Eat up, you need your strength. Oh no, you're not going to make me do any more pointless work, old man. None of this work is pointless, Steve. Well, I beg to differ. For the rest of the day, you'll be weeding and clearing at the old plot of land by the barn. Okay, let's ask about the plot of land. You mean the pile of weeds and vines? That's the one. Why is it such a mess? It used to be belonged to the farmhands. Anything that grew there was their own. But since I haven't had any help lately, it's been overgrown. That land belongs to you now, Steve. Oh joy, my very own garden. The ability to bring food out of the earth is a special skill. Don't treat it so disrespectfully. Keep that in mind. I shove another piece of bacon into my mouth. Uncle sighs a bit, as if he is not sure what to do with me. Finally, Uncle stands with a bit of effort and says, Fine, you need incentive? Once you clear out the weeds, you can use a truck whenever you want. So what? So you can go to town then? Oh yeah, what's in the town? Some young ladies, who I'm sure you will have to make new friends. Ladies? Hang on, this isn't some sort of trick, is it? A trick? That's not like... they're not like 10 years old or something, right? Most of them are right around your age. Are you sure? I hear that old people sort of lump everyone younger than into one group. Uncle raised an eyebrow at me. If you don't want to get out once in a while, you're welcome to stay on the farm and do extra work. Yeah, well, I think I'll get started on the weeding now. I stand for the table and go outside. Wash your plate first. Right. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to drop a message real quick. Wow, this place is even worse than I remember. I barely glanced at this morning. I barely glanced at it this morning, but now this really looks like seriously needs some work. But once I clear the weeds, that means I can use the truck. Whether or not that gives the cute girls in town, at least be nice to get away from this place once in a while. Okay. Welcome to the farm. Your first assignment is to clean as much terrain as possible from weeds. Go away, pop-up. I can't read it now. It's popping up. Just move aside, move aside. Wait till that disappears, guys. I'll read it. Think smart. Clean the weeds that require less time first. Otherwise, Uncle Sam will be disappointed by your work. Clean at least 6 slots of weeds. Okay, so what do we do? Just... Estimated time is 3 hours to clean. 2 hours to clean. 1 hour to clean. 3 hours. 1 hour. 1 hour. So, could clean that. Should we have planned and bought shoes to install on an empty place of the train like this one? I've worked enough for today. Trophy earned, guys. It begins. Man, my back is killing me. Oh, my back. I've been working for hours on this stupid patch of land and it hardly looks any better than it started. I turned my phone off. Sorry guys, if you said anything, I apologise. You didn't. I vaguely remember I was bringing me some water and sandwich for lunch, but I sacrificed it down so quickly, it's not even sure what it tasted like. That's enough work for today, Steve. Time to come in for dinner. I don't know what that uncle has been up to all day, but he looks like more energetic than me right now. He strolls aimlessly back to the farmhouse, and I'm ready to being outdone by an old man. The kitchen is filled with a scent of something delicious, but I can't quite place it. What's that smell? Fresh meat and vegetable pie. Really? I had a meat pie before. I never smelled so good. Those frozen micro pose no match for fresh, homemade version. I devoured the dinner in a little room between bites for discussion. It's more delicious than I expected, and after all the work I've done today, I'm starving. I don't think I've even eaten so much before. Uncle doesn't seem to mind at all. He eats in silence, only stopping once in a while to throw scraps of food to Office. Office in return winds his way happily around his legs, not bothering to give me any second glance. It looks like the two of them are customized to each other's company. I feel like a third wheel here. I finish shoveling dinner into my mouth and head off to the kitchen where I give my plate a quick rinse. Good enough. I'm going to go use the phone now. I lift the phone full of the shit. It feels a little dusty. It seems like Uncle barely touched this thing. I hold the phone to my ear, but I don't even hear a dial tone. Hey, Uncle, what's up with the phone? Oh, it's disconnected. I disconnected it. What the? Why? You didn't get too much work done today, so have you got a catching up to do tomorrow? No time to be using the phone. Straight to bed. Are you grounding me? No, just simple fact. If you want to use the phone, do better work tomorrow. This is ridiculous. What's ridiculous is the miserable work you did today. Okay, we're just going to shut to bed. Fine. I punched the kitchen door open, reaching a bit of my raw knuckles make contact with the rough wood. Office yells in surprise and leaps from Uncle's shoulders, darting into a dark corner in the kitchen. I hope you're happy now. Go to bed. I march up the stairs and slam the bedroom door behind me. With an angry sigh, I toss myself onto the bed. Oh, right. This bed is like a rock. I roll over trying to get comfortable. Doesn't seem to be much hope, though. I wrap my arms around the lumpy pillow and stare at the high ceiling. I gotta get out of here. Uncle said that once I finish weeding the patch, I can use the truck. All right. If I can just hang along enough to get in the truck, I can go whenever I want. I can use the truck to run away from this stupid place. Where will I go? Blah. Like it matters. Anywhere is better than here. I fall asleep, pleased with my escape plan. Okay, guys. Hey, Dark Wolf Chief, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Long time no see. I hope you're being good, buddy. I hope you had a good Easter. Welcome. Okay, guys, that concludes my gaming of the Flower Shop game today, brought to me by Ratalaika Games. Time for my video review. So what do we think about the Flower Shop somewhere in Fairbrook? How do we think about it? So visually, guys, the visually of this game, I like it. It's very pretty. If you guys didn't really notice, I'm pretty sure you would have noticed, it's not widescreen. It's 4:3. Normal, weird square box. I don't know what you call it these days. It's not widescreen, guys. It's got big bars on the side of flowers, which is it's kind of a letdown in a way for modern games. It could have been. It shouldn't have those bars, but being a visual novel, I don't really care because it's a visual novel. But if this wasn't a visual novel game, then yeah, that would be really distracting. Yeah, Cowboy. It's vintagey retro style, isn't it? But it's a visual novel. If it wasn't a visual novel, I'd complain. But yeah, it's not going to get top marks on the visuals there. The soundtrack in the background's peaceful. It's nice. I had to turn it down because straight out of the box, it's quite loud and quite annoying. But once you turn it down, it's nice. You kind of like forget it's even there. And sometimes it completely turns off. Then it comes back in slowly when you least suspect it. It's nice. The text could be a little bit bigger, but I'm not squinting at it like it's too small. A lot of visual novels have a little bit bigger text, but this one it's not. The controllers wise, it's very simple to control on the PlayStation, guys. A couple of buttons, that's it. Nothing really too fussy about the controllers. What else can we talk? Storyline. It's a simple storyline. You already know it. You play as a character called Steve. You break up with your girlfriend straight away because she thinks you're irresponsible and you don't achieve anything. Your father kind of gets peed off with you. Sends you to these brothers, which is your uncle's farm, for you to do farm work and meet lovely ladies after you do the farm work. So hopefully later on in the game we can start up a couple, not one, a couple, or maybe a few relationships with the farming girls out in here in this quiet country town. Go Steven! So overall guys, what do we think about this game on the Marlboro Lee indie game scale at a 1 to 10? Drum roll guys, I'm going to give this game a 7 out of 10. Yeah. It's not a solid 7, it's probably a 7 going towards a 6, but I'm going to give it a 7. It's not a solid 7, it's a downward spiraling 7, but still a 7. 7 out of 10 guys, still quite enjoyed it. Just a couple of nitpicking things I thought I'd come across, but if you're new to the visual novel gaming, this would probably be a good one to pick up because it's quite simple, and it's not all about just reading. It's got like you can multi-choose what you're going to say next. A lot of visual novels don't have that, and also there's a lot of little mini games like your weeding and stuff like that, and obviously relationship goals to build. So obviously you can tell when we first started with Jill, the relationship goal went straight spiraling down to the toilet and flushed away. With the uncle, it was going down as well. So hopefully when we get into town and meet some lovely ladies, we can skyrocket with that relationship goal and get somewhere. So guys, that concludes my stream today of the flower shop, Fairbrook. I'd like to thank Ratalaika Games for sending me this game. Once again, guys, this game's available right now. It's available on the Nintendo Switch, the PS4, the PS5, which I played on today, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X. Check it out, guys. Check it out. The Flower Shop Summer in Fairbrook. Go get it now if you really like vintage novels. Not vintage novels, visual novels. So guys, I'd like to thank everyone for popping past the stream today. Thank you. Don't forget to feed your pets. Make sure you take care of what you love. Don't forget to feed your pets. And remember guys, you're perfect just you where you are. Unless you want to change, then change. Just be yourself, do you, and you'll be fine. Please don't forget to drop me a follow on Twitch. And if you're watching this back later on my YouTube channel, guys, please like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, guys, thank you for popping by. Ta-da, and take care. Bye.